Nothing else to add tonight.
Okay. We're going to go to our chairman right now, so I'm going to let him pick it up with item number 2, which would be the approval of the minutes.
I apologize for being late. All right. Approval of the minutes. Okay. Everybody has a copy of the meetings from last time. We have a motion to approve the minutes. And a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, we'll go straight into public hearings. First one is AA 2106, a request for the variance from the rear yard setback requirements for a new house at 203 Arden Chase.
You have a copy of this in your packet. I think it was misplaced though. It's after the second agenda item, but there's a larger copy up there if anybody needs to see that as well. The applicant is requesting a variance from setback requirements to construct a new house at 203 Arden Chase. The property would be a new single-family residence. The applicant is proposing to build a house on the property. It's currently zoned R20 single family, which requires a rear yard setback of 30 feet. And you can see the setback line here is what is required. The applicant is seeking a variance of 7.5 feet from the rear yard setback requirements. The back of the house meets the requirements, but there's a deck on the back which strays into the rear property. So it's 22.5 feet from the rear property line. We do have a stipulation in the ordinance that allows porch steps, handicap ramps, and fire escape to project into a rear yard for a distance not exceeding 10 feet. This language does not apply to the deck itself, so if this were just a set of steps going down, it would be fine. But since it's the actual construction of the deck, it has to meet that 30-foot setback. There's one submitted to the Homeowners Association. They've reviewed and approved the house plans. In fact, they sent an email out to all the residents, and they had unanimous approval from the neighbors to allow this as shown on the plan. In terms of findings of fact, it does not meet A, B, or C, but it does meet D. Approval will not be detrimental to the surrounding area. We are recommending approval of the request based on these findings and the approval of the Homeowners Association and the neighbors. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions you have for staff.
All right. Any questions for staff? Any discussion amongst the board?
I move the variance be granted.
Right.
Second.
Now we have a motion that the variance be granted. We have a second. And so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. All right, that one is passed. Next item on the agenda is AA 2107, a request for a variance from lot size requirements for a lot split at 139 Ashton Lane.
See the duplex building here. The applicant is seeking a variance from minimum lot size requirements for a property subdivision. The property is located at 137 and 139 Ashton Lane in the Ashton Place subdivision. The owner of the duplex is seeking to subdivide the property into 2 lots. You can see here, right through the center of the building. The property is part of the Ashton Place subdivision, which has a PDD document for the development, which calls for lots of at least 12,000 square feet. The proposed subdivision would create 1 lot of 11,539 square feet and 1 lot of 11,103 square feet. The 1 lot requires a variance of 461 square feet, the second lot of 897 square feet. We have approved a number of these in the past. The main issue with these are just verifying that the construction meets the requirements for separation of uses. In our staff report, we stated that that was still an open question. We have confirmed that now, and they are fine to go with the construction as is. That's been verified by our building department. And so, if approved, we would approve this plat as soon as they bring it to us. So, again, in this case, they meet findings of fact D. There are a number of lots in the immediate surrounding area that have been granted similar variances in the past. We talked about the building department issue. So with that, we are recommending approval of the request pending the building code issue, which has now been resolved. So we're just recommending approval at this time with no conditions. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have for staff.
Any questions for Jeff?
Yes. Excuse me. So the building department, because I didn't hear you, but have they been contacted by the?
Yes, we have verified that. Now, basically, once it's subdivided, they have to have a 2-hour firewall, firewall through the
Right.
building. And so that's what we have them do, is check on that to make sure, because sometimes they're constructed that way because they're designed to be separated. Other times they weren't designed to be separated and they don't have that firewall. And so our building department has talked to the owner about the construction and they verified that it meets those requirements.
So, do we have to have it, if we approve it, to have a conditional approval?
No, because the condition was, because we hadn't approved it, we hadn't verified that yet. Since last month, our building department has been able to make contact with them and verify that it is set. So it would just be a straight approval with no conditions. So.
Any discussion? I mean, I think, like I said, we've done several of these before, I think.
Right. I'll make a motion, we approve.
All right, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? Second. Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. All right, that one is approved. Any additions to the agenda or?
No, sir.
All right, we have a motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, I'd like to wish Jeff good luck in his new career, and he's leaving it, which I hate.
Where are you going? I hadn't heard this.
I'm going to be the Anderson County zoning administrator.
Oh, good for you.
I'm retiring from the city and moving over to the county.
Well, good for you.
Jeff, I would like for us to give you a nice hand and wish you good luck for being with us.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And I guess I need to apologize for being late again and missing last meeting, but that's the only way I can get off this board. Just missing to me in the road. All right, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. We're done.
Good.
I apologize again. I got on the phone.